How can the subtle art of unexpected appreciation create a return on investment in your business? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's episode with my guest, Blake Fly, as well as walking through a simple formula to make this an everyday habit for you. Talk to me a little bit about appreciation and showing appreciation, how that builds these unforgettable relationships. Give me, first off, it's a little bit of like a high and lofty topic that I think people can have a hard time going, what does that mean and how is it actually going to benefit me? Like, why should I prioritize that? So let's talk about that. And then you can give us the breakdown of like how to make it really practical and take it from this lofty concept down to something we can do.
Okay. We earlier were talking about bro marketing. So if I go bro marketing on this, it's like appreciation. Yeah. Here's a couple sort of doors that I often walk through on this topic. I find that this is a catalyst to get almost 100% response rate to every single message I send. So that's cool. I can track back to many hundreds of thousands of dollars pointed at from a decade of just sending ridiculous out of the blue messages. I can share some of those examples. And then when I share this brainwashing on my own clients that I coach, they're like, really? Just like legitimately let people know the impact they've had on my life? Like, yeah, just let's start there. Seeing my clients create these really cool opportunities and relationships in their own business and seeing the fruits of that. It's cool because all the kind of like check boxes of more money, more clients, more leads, whatever. I can point all of it back to, okay, if you deliver unexpected appreciation online or in person in ways that are thoughtful, meaningful, and sincere, it is literally the bullet train to those outcomes. So, bro marketing box shut for a moment. I'm happy to go down any of those tracks that you point me in the direction of.
Yeah, I love it because I talk about, those of you that are watching on YouTube can see this, but I have a thank you note right here that I wrote that waiting to get sent out. I'm going to write another one today. And I love taking the time to handwrite a thank you note of appreciation. It's actually on my Asana task list because I will forget as well, even though that is my deep desire to do that. But it's amazing what I found sending a thank you note or a quick voice message to somebody, how that has created a depth of connection in a world and a industry where connections tend to be pretty surface. I tend to be able to build trust really quickly just by showing appreciation and going out of the way to do something that others won't. And I've experienced that and seen that with you as well, and the doors that have opened for you, whether that be like, yes, okay, people are actually responding to my messages because I'm just showing up to show appreciation. It's very rarely do you ever have an ask of any sort. And I have found, as many of my friends have found, that in business and in life, the relationships that you build are actually the thing that have the most return on investment, if you will. Like when we're talking about bro marketing in a way, but it's so true. I can point back to the money that I've made, and every single dollar is tied to a relationship that I have made. So I'm curious for somebody who's like, it sounds really great, like say thank you, show appreciation. Practically, how do I do this in a way that feels genuine, authentic, memorable, not like I've done an Instagram reel about this, but not like one of those cards that's written by a robot that's made to look like it's written by a human, like all of that kind of stuff. This isn't that. We're not talking about automating appreciation.
Yeah.
What's your process for walking us through this?
Well, if I go practical, I love to think of the who, what, where, when, why kind of questions. It's like, okay, who are you thinking about right now? Maybe it's someone on your team. Maybe it's like a VA. Maybe it's someone who you recently did a like Zoom event with. Great. If they're just on your mind, maybe we start there. And then what can you send? There's all these different mediums now. You could go old school and handwrite an actual card and mail it to them, which is epic these days. It could be a voice note. It could be a video. It could just be a text. It could be an email. There's so many mediums you can choose. Then in terms of what the heck do you say, I find that these 7 words are usually like a great grease to really get going on this topic. 7 words are this: hey, I just wanted to say thanks. If you just text those 7 words to someone, hey, I just want to say thanks, and save those 7 words and like text that to one person a day for a week, different people each day, what you're going to do is 4 things. You're getting a response from them either of confusion, where they say, for what? Or a concern where they say, are you okay? Or maybe you'll get a response of sarcasm like, you're welcome. Or the last response is you might not get a reply because, hey, people are busy. Your message might get missed. But, hey, I just want to say thanks. You send that out. You're going to catch people off guard. It's probably not going to be anxiety inducing. It's probably not going to be stressful. It's just going to make them go, what? Then all you need to do next is come up with one specific moment of impact. Like, Shana, just wanted to say thanks. Because back in the early days of me getting to know Stu, I came to an event called Tribe Live in Toronto. You gave an epic speech on stage about community. You reminded me of my residence life days. We had a hallway conversation about it. And I was very new at that event, like new in that whole community. So I feel like I had like a new friend in the new community by just having that conversation with you. And I was just put at ease because it's intense to be at a multi-thousand person event as the new person sometimes. So thank you for that. And that was in 2019 or 18, I think. If I were to send you that as a voice note or a video 4.5 months from now for no reason, but because it just popped back into my mind, it's going to give you pause. It's probably going to catch you off guard. It's probably not going to make your day any worse. In fact, it'll probably make it a little bit or a whole lot better. And all I'm saying is, hey, just want to say thanks and telling you a specific reason why. And I'm acknowledging that it might be weird. I often say this in my messages. This might be weird, but I literally just walked by the venue in Toronto where I went to this conference years ago where you spoke, and here's the memory that has popped into my mind. I wanted to say thanks. And then I explain what I just told you. So it's as complicated and as simple as that. But one of the many approaches I use is the starting approach of, hey, I just want to say thanks. And then when you get a confused reply, you just tell them why.